So for those with chronic inflammatory conditions, the transition to winter can either be a happy prelude to the holidays, or it can harbor an increased need for winter foods that decrease inflammation in the body. Combine that with the rising stress and loads of inflammatory foods around the holidays, and you have a perfect storm of inflammatory chaos for those trying to manage blood sugar and inflammation. The good news is that there's still a ton of winter produce that are amazing sources of antioxidants with anti-inflammatory superpowers, and I'm going to show you 20 of those in today's video. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to TrueWell, my name is Laura. I'm a nutrition specialist and certified health coach with a Master of Science in Nutrition. And I post weekly videos here on YouTube talking all things anti-inflammatory diet for blood sugar balance, weight loss, sleep, reduction in inflammation, and more. So there's really no shortage of sources of superfoods to help nourish and heal for those of us following an anti-inflammatory diet. And if you love warming winter recipes and want to incorporate more anti-inflammatory ingredients, hit that like button and let me know. So today there are three main categories of anti-inflammatory winter foods that I want to highlight. Number one is vegetable and fruits, number two is herbs, and number three is spices. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite anti-inflammatory winter food or recipe? Here are my favorites. In the vegetable and fruit category, I wanted to start with leafy greens. So even though leafy greens really start their appearance in the summer, winter leafy greens follow with even more flavor since many greens are significantly less bitter during the cold weather. This means that their warm, earthy flavors really shine during those cold winter months. Greens like kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard are packed full of vitamins A, C, and K, as well as folate, other minerals, and antioxidants. And they're versatile enough that many can be eaten raw. Don't knock a winter salad. They can be cooked, or they can use as a standalone side, or even in a casserole or a soup. Next are cruciferous vegetables. So vegetables in the cruciferous family include Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, and these are just chock full of vitamins like folate, K, C, and A, as well as phytonutrient compounds that are known to lower inflammation. And these also have the benefit of less bitterness during the colder winter months, like the leafy greens of winter. What's great about cauliflower is that in addition to its vitamins, fiber, and phytonutrients, it's very low in carbohydrates. This makes it an amazing substitution for anything like rice to pizza dough to mashed potatoes. Cabbage's brilliant colors are due to its anthocyanins that help pull down inflammation and are super antioxidants. Not only is it a great way to have a winter version of tacos with slaw, but it goes spectacularly just raw in salads or cooked in soups and casseroles. Now, if you're not sure which color to choose from, just know that purple cabbage's vitamin A content is 11 times higher than green cabbage. So Brussels sprouts are what we call baby cabbage in our house. They're full of fiber, vitamin C, K, and folate, and are super easy to cook. You just simply slice them in half and roast them. That's how we usually cook them in our house. But they can also be shredded and included in salads, soups, or even casseroles as well. Pumpkins provide an amazing source of vitamin A. That color gives you the hint on the beta carotene. They're balanced in polyunsaturated fats. They have vitamin C and E and several other essential minerals. They're also packed with fiber and healthy carbs and can be stored for a really long period of time in a dry pantry or frozen without going bad. One of the most warming foods during winter, mushrooms should top your list of required eating during the cold weather. Mushrooms are full of B vitamins, potassium, and the only vegetable that contains vitamin D, which is already in demand during the winter months because we have so much less sunlight. Its nutrient-dense properties qualify it as a superfood with antibacterial, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory properties that also happens to add that coveted umami flavor to any culinary dish. Beans are an amazing add-in for winter meals for several reasons. First, they're bursting with fiber and resistant starches, and they're full of antioxidants, both which give them anti-inflammatory superpowers. Now, although their carb content is higher than other vegetables, they're considered a slow carb, which means that they absorb at a much slower rate. This helps prevent those blood sugar spikes and gives healthy carbohydrate energy over a longer period of time. Beans are also super hearty and perfect to add on as a side dish or in soups, stews, or chilies. Next up is colored potatoes. So although white potatoes are full of fiber, resistant starches, and essential minerals, Studies have shown that their colored versions pack in way more of a punch when it comes to inflammation and blood sugar levels. Research has shown that purple and yellow potatoes contain higher levels of antioxidants, including phenols, anthocyanins, and carotenoids that lower inflammatory markers and improve blood sugar and insulin levels. Out of the two, purple potatoes were shown to have the greatest benefit, possibly due to the higher levels of polyphenols, which are indicated by that darker color. And what's so great about these is that there's no special preparation aside from how you would prepare regular white potatoes, except don't fry them. They can be baked, roasted, steamed, and even added into soups is also great. But I also kind of wonder how fun it would be to have purple mashed potatoes. Now, one of the most overlooked vegetables, in my opinion, is the beet. Beets are really high in folate and manganese, but also contain betalains, which gives it that bright red color, and it's associated with a reduced risk in cancer. Not only can you eat the beet itself, but the greens are also a fantastic source of nutrition. Beets can be roasted, sauteed, pickled, or boiled, and then the greens can be used in salads or saved for soup broths. And moving on into fruits. First up is cranberries. Now, one of the most popular fruits during the holidays, cranberries owe their deep red color to their huge supply of antioxidants, including vitamin C. Their bioactive compounds have been shown to reduce risk factors of a multitude of chronic diseases, including lowering inflammatory markers. Now, although cranberries are pretty tart, they can be cooked into a sauce using 0-calorie natural sweeteners, added into baked breakfast and snacks, or even blended into a vinaigrette. But just a tip, if you opt for dried cranberries, make sure they're unsweetened because they are very frequently coated in sugar when they're dried and put in those packages. Now, probably the most well-known sources of vitamin C, citrus fruits are plenty during the winter. Vitamin C itself is an especially potent antioxidant that fights free radicals and inflammation. Citrus also contain flavonoids and fiber, which also fight inflammation. Citrus like lemons, limes, oranges, and grapefruit are super versatile and can be used in anything from flavoring water and to cut up in salads to being used as a dressing in a snack or even as a dessert. They also do an amazing job complementing flavors of meats while tenderizing as marinades. They also compare really beautifully with other herbs in dishes and in cocktails. So pears, to me, have always kind of felt like the lesser valued cousin of apples, but I've come to love pears just as much. They're packed full of fiber and are really rich in antioxidants that reduce inflammation. The skin of pears contains quercetin, which is amazing for those with allergies, and it also reduces inflammation. But they can also be much easier to slice and core and eat, as the skin is much softer than in apples. And this makes them super easy snacks and super yummy desserts. Next up is pomegranates. These little jewels may be small in size, but they are big on flavor and nutrition. Their antioxidants have been shown to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the gut, brain, and the body. So you've been watching this video thus far. You obviously want to learn more about reducing inflammation in the body, and I actually spend countless hours researching and analyzing the most recent studies to understand how to do just that. So when you're watching this, subscribe to True Well. It means you're subscribing to the very best research and actions that you can take on your own to reduce inflammation in your body. So if you're ready to accomplish that while feeling amazing with an anti-inflammatory diet and lifestyle, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, the next category up is herbs. Herbs are one of the most overlooked nutrition powerhouses in the plant family. They pack so much punch for such a little plant, but they're also so easy to add into any dish for extra flavor, including just throwing fresh sprigs into salads. And here are my favorite anti-inflammatory herbs for winter. The first is tarragon. So although tarragon is really more commonly used in French and English cooking, it is a delicious herb that, like most, contain powerful flavonoids that fight inflammatory cytokines. It also contains B vitamins, folate, and vitamins A and C. And as with most fresh herbs, it's best to wait until a dish is almost completely finished cooking before adding it in for maximum flavor. Rosemary is full of iron, calcium, and vitamin B6 and is also native to the Mediterranean, which is fitting for an anti-inflammatory diet rooted in the Mediterranean diet. It's also been used for a wide range of ailments, including digestion, muscle pain, improved circulation and memory, and a boost to the immune system. Now, aside from its fragrant and mouth-watering culinary powers, studies have proven its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and neuroprotective properties. This means that even though it can fight free radicals and harmful bacteria, it can also be used in mood disorders, enhanced learning, anxiety, and sleep disorders. Sage not only adds delicious earthy notes to fall and winter dishes, but it also can be used in teas and as an essential oil. Sage is high in vitamin K and vital minerals, but it also contains antioxidants. What's so amazing about sage is that it's been shown to relieve or cure illnesses like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, depression, dementia, and lupus. But it's also been used for centuries in traditional medicine for inflammation, bacterial, and viral infections, which makes it really high on the list for cold and flu season. Thyme, another herb native to the Mediterranean, can be used as a treatment for anything from acne to GI disturbances to menstrual cramps and a ton of stuff in between. But it's actually an extremely versatile culinary addition. It has an earthy flavor, but can waver back and forth between savory or sweet dishes like stocks and stews, roasted vegetables, teas, and even desserts. And then our last category is winter spices. Now, although winter spices can generally be used year-round, the warmth of the following spices are perfect for the freezing weather. So the first is black pepper. Now, being a staple ingredient in most kitchens, black pepper can kind of blend into the background and largely be overlooked. However, studies on the compound piperine in black pepper have shown that it can increase the absorption of curcumin, which is the compound in turmeric, by up to 2,000%. It's also been shown to increase absorption of other key minerals and antioxidants, making it an absolute must in literally any savory dish that you cook from now on. This alkaloid compound gives a distinct bite flavor and has been shown to reduce insulin resistance as well as exhibit anti-inflammatory effects. Ginger has been touted to help anything from boosting the immune system, lowering blood sugar, and easing inflammation. Probably its most famous claims to fame include taming the GI tract and pulling down inflammation. These benefits are made possible due to the over 400 compounds that ginger contains. Ginger has a fresh, zingy flavor, and although the dried version that's used in teas and that you find in spice shakers really have a milder flavor than the fresh version, they can still have nearly the same health benefits. It's best to use fresh, and ginger root can be cut up and put in the fridge or freezer to last even longer. Turmeric is used traditionally in Asian dishes, but has been widely recognized the last few years because of its media coverage as an amazingly effective nutritional supplement. Now, like I just mentioned, turmeric contains curcumin, which is a really powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound. Studies have shown that the best way to harness that power of turmeric is to combine it with black pepper, which we just talked about, because it increases that bioavailability up to 2,000%. That is absolutely crazy. Turmeric is obviously fantastic in Asian dishes like curries, but its skyrocket into popularity means that there are tons of recipes now for drinks, smoothies, and all kinds of dinner dishes. So next up is cinnamon, and there can be a lot of confusion over the type of cinnamon that's best to use. Ceylon, which is known as true cinnamon, and cassia, which is what you buy in the grocery store, are equally delicious and contain a compound called cinnamaldehyde. This thought to be responsible for its health and metabolism benefits. Cinnamon has been shown to contain more antioxidant activity than any other in a study against 26 other spices. It's a potent anti-inflammatory, and it has also been shown to reduce insulin resistance among a ton of other benefits. Now, honestly, my favorite winter spice is actually a combination of several spices, and that would be pumpkin pie spice. This mixture obviously enhances pumpkin flavor, but it can be used in a variety of recipes in fall and winter, and usually around the holidays. The components of pumpkin pie spice include cinnamon and ginger, which we already covered, and the other ingredients are nutmeg, cloves, allspice, and black pepper. I know that one's a surprise, but it actually, what we talked about with enhancing the absorption of the other nutrients and compounds, that's what it's there for. And what's so great about the blend in pumpkin pie spice is that all the ingredients have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds, just like all the other spices mentioned. So as long as you use healthy sweeteners, and anti-inflammatory ingredients for whatever pumpkin spice recipe you're making, you essentially have a superfood recipe with powerhouse ingredients for winter. So now that you have 20 amazing anti-inflammatory winter foods to add into your meals, if you want a winter anti-inflammatory meal prep session, check out this next video where I grabbed just random winter produce at the store and made meals for the entire week with no meal plan in place, which is perfect for those dumpster fire weeks where everything is complete chaos. Thanks for watching, and be true, be well, and I'll see you in the next video.